Hey guys, it's spring. I want to go through with you today some can't miss square bills. Square bill crankbaits that I have caught them on over and over and over again. Everybody needs at least part of these in your tackle selection. And I want to go through them, one at a time here and talk about why you should use which ones in which situations, which ones are better suited for different situations. But for the most part, a square bill crankbait is designed to work shallow through shallow rocks and shallow cover when the fish move shallow to spawn, basically, or if they just live shallow in the body of water that you're in. So we're in that season right now, being that it is April. If you don't have a square bill tied on, you're probably missing out. So let's take a quick look here. So this is a collection of square bills in multiple colors and sizes that you should probably have in your tackle box, in your tackle selection, in your boat. So let's go through them and I'll name them and talk about them one at a time here. Now this is a Bomber Flat A, been around forever, probably one of the original, other than the Speed Trap, is probably one of the original flat-sided crankbaits. It's solid, catches them. You adjust your color, to natural in clear water situations, and to, chartreuse or red or yellow in dirty situations. This particular one is a deep diving. They make a shallow one that's like, 2 to 4 feet, and this one's like 4 to 6 feet. This is the Storm Arashi square bill. What's different about this one, has a pretty wide wobble. It has that circuit board lip, which gives it a little bit different vibration than some of them. It's got a light rattle in it, not a very heavy rattle in it, so it kind of sneaks up on the fish, but it does have that wide wobble, which elicits a lot of strikes. This is moves a lot of water and this one moves a lot of water and tends to catch, better than average size fish. These are Lucky Craft 1.5 square bills. Some of my absolute favorite square bills. They just solid catch the fish. Again, you just adjust your colors, natural for natural situations, red or chartreuse for dirty water situations. Then the next one is, let's just move this out of the way, is a tiny N. And this is great in situations where the bait is small and the fishing pressure may be, up a little bit. You can downsize your bait. Let's look at it in comparison to the 1.5. You can see it's considerably smaller, little tiny body. This one only dives, 2 to 4 feet, solid fish catcher. Then you got your thin N. Thin ends are real natural looking baits, got a unique shape to it, with a big heavy body and the little thin tail. Small coffin shaped lip, great around cover. Great around, when there's piles of shad around, that's a great bait also. Then you got the jabberjaw. Now what's unique about the jabberjaw is the lip moves back and forth side to side. See, the lip moves back and forth side to side, and that gives it like a clacking noise. I would use this bait more in dirty water situations where you need that extra clacking noise beating around to attract the fish. Then we have your OGs. You got the tiny OG and the regular OG. These are high floating, silent baits. They have no rattle. They're wood baits. That makes them high floating. They have the circuit board lip on them, which gives it a little bit different vibration. These are great baits, especially around heavy wood cover where you need to crawl through and let it kind of float back up to get through some of the densest cover that you may be fishing with a square bill. Then we got, which is this is on the edge of a square bill. That's a DT6, DT4 would also qualify. Once you get up to the DT8, I wouldn't consider that a square bill at all. But this is one of the fish catchingest lures out there. Again, adjust your colors to the right time of year and the watercolors. And then we got the old KVD 1.5 and 2.5. And of course, they come in different colors. This is a good all-around bait. It's a sturdy bait. It's an inexpensive bait that anybody can afford these. You know, they're not like some of these Lucky Crafts and some of these others that cost a lot more money than this. And again, you have the 1.5 and the 2.5. You're going to adjust 1.5 if you want to fish a little shallower, 2.5 if you want to fish a little deeper, 2.5 if you're targeting a little bit bigger fish and less bites, 1.5 if you're targeting, you know, more bites or a little bit shallower water. And then you can change, you know, here's a color of a natural shad in a 2.5. Again, I would use that if I was targeting a larger fish and, you know, just wasn't looking to get bites. And then you got your Spro Little John. Spro Little John again, circuit board lip, great all-around bait. It's not extremely loud, has like one rattle. It's like a one rattle in it, so you know it'll kind of sneak up on the fish, but not like the silent baits will. Comes in all different colors. It's a great all-around bait. And then finally, we'll talk about the Fritz sides. This is a Fritz side 5. This is a Fritz side 7. That's exactly what it is. 5 foot depth, 7 foot depth. These baits are also wood baits. They have no rattle in them. They have an extra weighting system in the belly there for them. So it's weighted wood, so you can cast them, you know, a mile, and it helps them get down even though they're buoyant baits. Thin baits, natural baits, tight wiggle, better for cold front situations, and cooler water a lot is when these will outproduce some of the other baits that we talked about there. So that's pretty much my arsenal of square bill or, you know, shallow diving crankbaits that I would use in the cooler months of the year or first thing in the morning if the fish are still on the bank. If you apply these particular baits that I'm showing you here, these different brands, different colors, styles, thin, fat, jabberjaw, loud, quiet, apply them, you know, properly to each day that you're fishing, then you will catch more fish. Again, thanks for watching and have a blessed day.